Okay, so it's another Sunday morning, and it's not particularly sunny, but it's not too bad. The odd bit of the odd ray of sunshine poking through is a bit grey, though. I think it's going to be fairly grey and dull out in Derbyshire, but hey, we'll go out for a ride. So here we are on my little Honda 50 moped. This is basically a Honda 50, like a plastic pig, but in custom clothing. So this is called a Honda Solo, and it's a factory custom made by Honda in 2004, and only made in limited numbers. I'm not sure how many, but only limited numbers, and only ever sold in Japan. So it's a copy of like a 1950s, I think, what is it, a Moto Guzzi moped. I've seen one of a small motorcycle, and it's obviously retro style, so it's made to look like it's hardtail. But of course, it's not hardtail. It's got the suspension under the seat, similar to the way that Triumph have done the Triumph Bobber these days. But Honda, clever lot, they came up with it first. Well, I'm not sure if this is the first, but it's the first one I ever know of a monoshock making it look like a hardtail. And I love it to bits. It's only a 50cc. The only real downside, and it is meant for them sort of for the sort of yuppie types to ride around Tokyo in it, because as I said, it's only ever sold in Japan. And the only I love it. The only downside to it, well, the main downside is it does not like hills. And we, go down hills, fine. It'll go on the flat, okay, but up hills, it don't want to know. So, there's a couple of A roads we've got to go up, and you're always a bit worried what's behind you then, because it goes down to about 10 miles an hour up a steep hill. I love it. I just love it to bits. I just love the styling and everything about it. The only thing that really gets me is, of course, being a Honda 50, it's got the clutchless gear change. No clutch. Now, for most people, that is a joy. But for someone like me, a biker, who's been riding bikes since they were, I don't know, about 12, I just really struggle with the clutchless. So I'm coming to a junction, and of course what you normally do is, you start going down through the gears, slowing down, you go down through the gears. But of course you do that on this, it just bangs it straight down into the next gear, and you get a massive back wheel slide, and like you slam the rear brake on, and of course the transmission doesn't like it, and I struggle with it. I'm fine going up the gears, but going down, like I say, especially when you come to a junction, that I have to get used to sort of coming to the junction, then changing gear. Because that's what you do, isn't it? You come to a traffic lights, whatever, you're going along, and as you approach, you go down through the gears, so you're in first, ready to pull away. But you don't do that with this, and trying not to use those gears. I know it sounds straightforward, but I just automatic, and I really struggle with it, and I can't work out how much rubber I've lost off that back tyre from going down too early, and then the thing locking up. Anyway, there we go. So it's Honda 50, 2004. I love it. It's all the styling on it. I live in fear of it ever bashing it, because I don't know where you get the replacement parts from. Of course, the engine and that, it's all standard Honda 50, and you can put a bigger barrel on, which I might do at some point. You can put like a 70 or a 90cc head on, barrel and head, same crankcase and that. So I might do it. It just bolts on apparently, although I'm not sure about the carburetor. But I might do that at some point. But it's great. It's, like I say, the hills. Well, we'll probably see that when we're out. I just hope I haven't got anything behind me. Okay, well that's about all I'm going to say for that. But it's amazing. It's an amazing bike. I love it to bits. And of all the bikes I go out on, when I go out on this gets more attention than all my other bikes. What is that? Oh, is that? What is it? Honda 50? Is that Honda 50? Have you customised it? No, I'll say it's all the instructions and everything are in Japanese, including instructions to me of how to change gear. It's amazing. Okay, well that's enough for that. Let's get out on the old bike and tootle around Derbyshire. And it's a different experience. It's more of a tootle, and it's quite nice because you get to see more sort of the countryside and that. I say just try and keep off the A roads as much as possible, if you want, because it's fantastic for the B roads. Brilliant. It's better than my other bikes for the B roads, tooting around. But obviously the A roads, it's, well, especially going up a hill, if you've got something behind you, it's a bit hairy. But anyway, let's get out and let's enjoy some riding. Okay, here's our first big hill. First big hill. Come on, baby. Come on, baby, you can do it. Okay, Coke. We're out at Money Ash, and wow, it's a busy Money Ash today. I'm a bit later than normal, but you know we're pretty big. A Hornet, and there's a Kettle, looking quite nice. A Kettle, yeah. Okay, and then what we got? We've got loads of black bikes. Are they Harleys? I don't know. Yeah. Oh yeah, a trio of Harleys. Oh, and then look at this. Look at this. We've got Honda Solo. Hey, wouldn't you know it? What's this? Kawasaki Versys. Yeah, yeah. Bikes and bikes as far as the eye can see. Oh, sorry, boss. Bikes, Explorer. What's that? Phaser. Blimey, looks a bit mean. Then we've got Caterham 7s, are we? Oh no, Westfield something. Not Caterham 7s anyway, but they could be. And then, more bikes. More and more bikes. Oh, and then more and more bikes. Blimey. Yeah, it's a busy day out here. Well, that's the queue, man. That's the queue for the cafe. Thankfully, I got it just before. I think there's a huge. Is it a cycling group? I don't know, but I got it just before them because that's a big. That's the queue to get into the cafe. But you know, it's good to be out. It's a bit of a dull day, as you can see. But you know, we made it out here. It's just been a bit fun on the bike, and you know. Oh, is that oh no, it's a modern Z. Yeah. Okay. Well, time for my coffee and my bacon sandwich. There we are, back from the ride. Really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that. Bit of a grey day, but I had a really nice ride. Zooming about on the bike, it's good fun. Oh yeah, just a couple of issues. Well, the first one, I'm riding along, happy, and suddenly it cuts out. The bike just cuts out. Like, oh my god, just cuts out. I think, well, I run out of petrol. Can't done this thing. No, it does 150 to the gallon or something. And I thought, and I suddenly realised what it was. It's got the old cut-out switch on the side stand, you know, so that if you put it into gear with a side stand on, it will cut out. And it's happened before. The side stand is a very tight fit, and obviously over winter, it's obviously just rusted a bit. And so what happens then is the side stand slowly comes down, unless you oil it. If you oil it, it'll stand. The stand will stay up, but if it's not oiled, it will slowly work its way out. And of course, it just gone down far enough to cut the, you know, it's got a cut-out switch on it, you know. And that's what it was. Just for a minute, the heart was in my mouth. I thought, what the hell is that? You know, it suddenly just completely cuts out dead in the middle of nowhere. Oh, what? Anyway, so there was that. But then, once it had started, I had to keep riding it. It kept happening, you know. So I was riding along, putting my leg down, kicking the side stand up all the time. You know, towards the end there, it was happening, you know, every few hundred yards. Anyway, but that's fine. So I just need to oil that. And I forgot to mention before, I don't know if you noticed, I think you can see on this camera, you can see the speedo, and you've got this red light kept coming on, which is the speed warning light. Now in Japan, all vehicles, they have this, every vehicle has a speed warning light fitted. And if you go over 30 miles an hour, that comes on to tell you that you're going over 30. So any Japanese bike, you'll always probably have a little warning light somewhere that doesn't really work because it's not connected for the British market. And that's your speed warning light. So, yeah, they all have them, apparently. The weird thing about it is, of course, this is a Japanese bike, only ever made. to be sold in Japan. But speed warning is definitely in English, and the ignition is off on ignition. That's also in English. So who knows? But yeah, really nice ride. Really nice ride. Looks like the old chain needs adjusting now a bit. Which so I goes about 50 miles, I suppose, altogether that ride. So I'm really, I just really enjoy it. Just for a change to go out on this. It's a challenge on the hills. It's definitely a challenge on the hills. And going up and down. I mean, going up, it's a real struggle. The poor thing. And you get this backlog behind it. But going down, then you've got the thing on full throttle, and it's absolutely revving its head off. The poor thing. But it seems to like it. I've never had any problems with it. I don't think I've ever serviced it, really. I've tightened the rear chain. The brakes are fantastic. The brakes are, I don't know what, they're both hub brakes, obviously, drum brakes, but they're brilliant. They're the best brakes of any of my bikes. I mean, seriously. Yeah, I can stop on a sixpence on this. The others, you have to haul them in a bit. But this, amazing. Let's have a look. Only single leading shoe, yeah. Single leading shoe, drum brake, unbelievable. Better than all the disc brakes and that on my other bikes. Obviously, this bike's a lot smaller, but obviously the brakes are a lot smaller. So, but yeah, fantastic brakes on it. Just holds you up really, really fast. Yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, great fun, just for a change. I don't know did I mention you can put a bigger barrel on it, or just change the whole engine for a Leafan? Is it Leafan? Oh, put a Leafan engine in 90. You can even get 125 engine, but I don't think I'd do that. But yeah, I don't know, you can see we're 49cc on this. Okay, which is fine, but yeah, it does struggle on the hills, especially with me on it. I think I might need to lose a bit of weight. But anyway, there we go. Good fun.